Okay. Today it is New York State Maple Cream Ale. This thing is actually awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really proud of it. We were asked to brew this specifically for the Brewers Conference that happened a few weeks ago. We are one of four breweries in the state that were selected to like brew a cream ale to showcase at the conference. And this is what I came up with. So I was trying to do something that like encapsulated North Country. So it's all New York State ingredients. It's a great selling point for selling the beer. The malt is from New York Craft Malt. Um, they have like a really wide variety of all kinds of stuff, including like really good flaked corn that I use to brew this thing. The hops are from the New York State Hop Guild, and the maple syrup is from Ulaine Forest. So that's really local here. Yeah, so you'll notice that it's got like a nice like maple aroma on it. But the goal here was to kind of like blend everything in a way that worked with each other. Hops for like a cream ale aren't really like I wouldn't say if you think of like Jenny cream ale, you don't really think about like hops, like bitterness or hop aroma or anything. That was probably the biggest challenge in this is like how to integrate the hops in a meaningful way. So basically, the beer's not that bitter. There's not like a ton of hops in the boil or anything. It's actually dry hopped, but it's dry hopped in a way that's like unlike an IPA. It's like kind of like putting like a little bit of salt and pepper on a steak at the end just to season it up a little bit. So there's like a lot of like you call like brewing artistry or like nuance in creating this thing, but I don't really necessarily want it to be thought of in that way. That's just kind of like for you guys to understand the back end. Like I want it to be presented and thought of as like an amalgamation of just like it's a maple cream ale from and it's all New York State ingredients. That's probably like enough to sell the thing, you know. And giving people a sample will allow them to figure out really quickly if they're into it or not into it. So, on that note, on the note of samples, let's sniff this thing and taste it and tell me what you guys are getting out of it.
I taste the maple, but I also taste vanilla.
Yeah, I think that that's coming from the malt, basically. It's like, I definitely hear you on that, and I agree with it. The maple is added at two different points as well, and I think that has to do with it. Like, I first added the maple during the hot side of brewing, and basically that all fermented out, left a very small maple character. So then ended up adding more maple later on, and I think that second edition of maple kind of gave it those vanilla notes as well.
Good.
Thanks.
I definitely get more hibiscus than pine. Like I was expecting more pine forward, but hibiscus for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and that's from the hops as well. So like the hops here have kind of been selected for more of their earthy characters than like say like a tropical kind of hop character that you get in some of our IPAs that we have, like the Cure. And that's to kind of like represent like the trees and the nature and stuff that's here in North Country. What else? Yeah, that the smooth part of it too is like something I'm super stoked on. That I think is resulting from that first Maple edition, and now I'm gonna pivot actually to putting maple in all of my cream ales. So they're not gonna be quite as maple forward as this. They're gonna lack that second edition that I was talking about on the cold side, but there was like something that kind of unlocked there with putting some maple syrup into it, adding to like the body and the smoothness of the cream ale. This tap three, is going to be a cream ale slash specialty lager tap, like rotating all summer. Basically, like over the last week or so, I've switched out a bunch of taps. You probably noticed some of the beers got moved to different taps, And like these are kind of the archetypes that our taps are going to go on all summer long. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll change it. Maybe we'll keep it the same going into the winter. But tap 3 is going to be like cream ale, so it's like variations on cream ale, like the horchata cream ale that we had early on. I'm thinking about, but not sure, maybe a s'mores cream ale coming down the line. That might be like too much, but I don't know. I'm kicking it around in the old noggin. And then that's going to alternate with stuff like Sakura or like Lower Lake Lager, the Vienna Lager, so stuff like that. And we're basically just going to toggle back and forth between that and see how it goes. That's the plan. Okay. Questions, comments, anything bugging you?
Is it in the cooler?
It is in the cooler. It's already there. We've had some requests for it even before we're releasing it, and we sold a little bit of it. And then, of course, like it's gotten around a bunch because we took it down to the Brewers Conference. It's actually been online a lot, which is cool on some like larger beer accounts. So hopefully that's built a little bit of hype for it. Hopefully that hype hasn't died down before we actually put it on tap. And hopefully there'll be enough interest in it to like bubble that back up. We'll see what happens though. Can't predict the internet.
That's good beer, though.
What's that?
It's maple. It's a good beer. People will go for it 'cause it's maple.
Yeah, I hope so. Sweet. All right. Thanks everybody. Have a good shift.